Evet, herkese iyi akşamlar. Hoş geldiniz arkadaşlar. İyi akşamlar. Sizleri burada görmek çok güzel. It's so good to see you, all of you here. And some of you may know, this is the last week. This is the last lesson for this year. After that, we will take a week of 3 weeks, a break of 3 weeks. It's not sad, boys. It is not going to end forever. It is just some time, yeah, some time between the now and the first year. Wait. um, my connection. Hold on, I will try something. Okay, yes, I am actually not even gone. I was still seeing your messages, but it's so weird that my connection was, lost. You couldn't hear me, but I could see you. I could see all of your messages. I was responding to you. I was saying, I'm here, don't worry, but none of you could hear me. So I was sucked into another dimension. I could hear you, I could see you, but you couldn't see me. It's weird. Recently, I have some problems with my internet. I assume it is some problem with the router. In the break, in the meantime, I will also be taking a look at that. I hope to fix it for the new future lessons. Okay, I think we can continue our lesson. Just expect me to disappear just like that from time to time, but I should be back quickly. I hope to finish this lesson despite all of these small troubles, small problems. The stream is gone because my Discord also restarted, so I will start the stream again. Thank you for reminding me. I wasn't aware of it. Now the stream should be playing. I started again, and today we will talk about more conjunctions. We'll talk about some advanced forms, but first we will do a quick review of the previous lesson. But don't worry, I will not go into details. I will not bore the ones who were here last week. So it is just a heads up for new people, for the beginners. So let's start, I will say. So we will start with ne and hem. So they mean basically neither this nor that, or both and. Okay, let me check how it's spelled actually. It could mean one word or two words. We never know. There are too many exceptions. So it's always best to check. Illaki should be one word. So this one is a typo here. It's one word. Yes. I will also check them later. We will go over all of them one by one. So we are starting with ne. I also want you guys to give me your own examples. You should try using examples like nouns. You should also try making sentences with ne and ne. You should find another pen. I'm sure it's something works. So ne çay, ne kahve, ne de çay içiyorum. Pay attention to this positive conjugation, like I am building my verb in the positive formation. Because just like in English, in English, the N here indicates like not. So neither this nor that does this. You don't have to add another negative word. We have the same logic in Turkish. Ne kahve ne de çay içiyorum. You may see some native speakers saying ne kahve ne de çay içmiyorum with the negative suffix, with the mi suffix. But the correct way is having the conjugation in the positive way, because ne and ne, they indicate the negative parts, so you don't have to include the suffix. Okay? That's correct. Ne Farsça ne de İspanyolca konuşuyorum. I will be writing your examples. Ne Farsça ne de İspanyolca konuşuyorum. I speak neither Persian nor Spanish. Wait. Okay, wait, but why don't you see my text here? You see this, but why not text? Oh, this is weird. Hold on. Oh, there it goes. I was typing on the edit part, but it was not displaying on the presentation. Okay. That was me trying to see if it works. Okay, let's see what examples you came up with. Yes, Nemo, that's a correct correction. Yes, that's a correct correction. The conjugation needs to be positive. Yok is negative, but we don't use ne with negatives. Ne kedim ne de köpeğim var. Ne yürürüm ne egzersiz yaparım. Yeah, you need to have the tense consistent. Ne yürürüm ne egzersiz yaparım. Both of them uses the aorist tense, the habitual tense. You can't switch and use different tense in different parts. Also, maybe it is worth mentioning that this de here is optional. You can say it, you can drop it, it's completely up to you. Yeah, it can be used with or without de. Okay, in the same concept, let's talk about hem. It means both and both and. Yeah. Hem çay, hem kahve içiyorum. I'm drinking both tea and coffee. What other examples you can come up with? What things you do both? You can come up with examples, type it in the chat. Hem şarkı söyleyip hem de dans edebilirim. That's correct. You can use the ip suffix here. Hem şarkı söyleyip hem de dans edebilirim. Ne konuşmamak ne de dinlememek istemiyorum. İstiyorum, you have to say. But konuşmamak istiyorum, dinlememek istiyorum. That works technically, but the meaning it delivers is kind of weird. It kind of hurts my brain to translate. I want not talking. Yeah. And selamı. You need to put two things between hem de. Hem selamı hem Sabina'yı sevmiyorum. I think if you have to say negative as in sevmiyorum, you should go with ne. Ne selamı ne Sabina'yı seviyorum. So hem goes with positive things you do or positive things you have. Tek başıma hem ağlarım hem gülerim. That's correct. Tek başıma hem ağlarım hem gülerim. Also, just like how there was optional here, we also have the optional de here. Hem de. Wait, not this one. Hem de gülerim. Okay. So that was just very basics. That's how we say both and neither nor. Hem Türk dili hem Türk kültürü öğreniyorum. That's correct. Bravo. You can say that it is not limited to two elements. You can keep going. You can have a bigger chain. Hem kahveyi, hem sütü, hem suyu. I don't know, hem cappuccino'yu, hem this, hem that, hem this. You can keep going like this. Capitalization matter? Not that much. Doesn't matter that much. We start sentences with a capital letter. We write proper nouns as names in capital letters. They are both correct. They don't change the meaning. Okay, so I will move to a different conjunction. It has a similar meaning with the one on the right, either this or that. So we learned neither this and both, and let's also learn either this or that. And it, like alone on its own, it also means or. Çay ya da kahve, tea or coffee, Ahmet ya da Mehmet, kitap ya da defter, git ya da gel, film izleyeceğiz ya da oyun oynayacağız. With the last example, I wanted to show that you can also connect two separate sentences, just like how you can do it in English. We will do this or we will do that. We will watch a movie or play a game. Ya da is also chainable. That's correct. You keep going like chai ya da kahve ya da süt ya da cappuccino ya da ya da ya da ya da. Isn't ya da also or? I mean, isn't veya also or? It is. We will talk about this detail in the next slide. I will mention that. We also have veya or ya da. They are the same things. Before moving to that, let's talk about either this or that. So pay attention how we start a sentence with ya. When you start a sentence with ya, instead of putting it one time between two things, when you start it with ya and put it again between two things, it kind of turns into either. Like either this or that. You have to choose one. Either tea or coffee. Ya Ahmet ya da Mehmet. Ya kitap ya da defter. So all of these are dependent on the context. Whatever your context is, you should go with ya at the first or ya in the middle. Ya onu affet ya da onu unut. I will build this sentence like this. Onu ya affet or ya onu affet ya da unut. Ya onu affet ya da unut. I will remove the extra onu. Yes, that's correct, Lila. It has the yoksa meaning. It restricts our options to only this. Da kinda emphasizes the meaning. You can also drop it. Ya çay, ya kahve. Either tea or coffee. Ya çay, ya da kahve. You can drop it. You can use it. It is up to you. It doesn't have a big function. It just emphasizes and makes the sentence sound better. That was the first half of the lesson. After this point, we will be learning some of the advanced conjunctions. There will be a lot of them, as you can see here. I didn't want to expose them. We will go over them one by one. There's these ones with ki. I call them, I think the last lesson I called them ki cousins, ki siblings. Like they are made with the ki, but they have different meanings. All of them have different meanings. And then we will also these two, like one more slide. I realize that there's too much here. It could be overwhelming to memorize. I don't expect you to sit down and learn them at all once. The points of this lesson and the point these last two slides is getting you familiar with these conjunctions, just getting you familiar with them. Like you can't learn them, you can't possibly learn all of them at once, but next time you encounter them, you will be like, oh, this sounds familiar from somewhere. I think Runfree mentioned that. And in that case, you can come back and check this. So this will only be like a resources that can come handy. You can stand up and learn. You can even do the backflip and learn. It's all up to you. I was just doing a recommendation. Okay, so we are starting with oysaki, and as a double check, I will also be checking their spellings. And yes, oysaki is spelled together. Oysaki, like some of them are spelled together, some of them are spelled separately. There's not a clear rule to know when to use which. It's kind of a memorization, like a matter of memory. Even I myself sometimes forget. Even most of the natives always forget and use them together or separately in the wrong ways. But let's start with oysaki. So I have my old notes. I will kind of cheat here. I just want to go over them again with new examples if possible. Okay, so oysaki, it kind of negates the previous sentence and gives but this shouldn't happen vibe. Like something happened, but it shouldn't happen because I did something to prevent it. For example, ben okula geldim. Oysaki okul tatilmiş. Ben okula geldim. Oysaki okul tatilmiş. Oysaki, yeah, it kind of Japanese. So that kind of means like I came to school, but it turns out that it's off. It's an off day. So it shouldn't happen. I realized this later. So I'm going like, oh, apparently, or it turns out. Okay, and maybe we can also say we can be a little bit dramatic because we are learning Turkish. Bana yalan söyledin. Oysa ki ben sana inanmıştım. You lied to me, but I trusted you. I believed you. It has a but meaning. It has a it turns out meaning. The translation can change depending on the context. You need to understand the concept, the emotions, the meaning it is trying to deliver to the other person. And yes, that example also works. You lied to me, but I believed you. Of course, you can talk about an past event. It doesn't matter. You can talk about something that happened in the past. Okay? So that's how we use oysaki. The best way to learn this is practice. So you should, in your free time, you should try your own sentences with oysaki. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, you will learn why it doesn't work. So you will learn how to use it. And next one, mademki. So so mademki is like in case that happened. No, not in case, but more like something happened, and in that case, I will do that. If this happened, then I will do that. Yeah, I think that's a better way to say this. Or since that happened, this will happen. Yeah, like the same example again, the school example. Mademki okul tatil, ben de oyun oynarım. Mademki okul tatil, so it's like, okay, since the school is off, then I will play games. Okay? Ocak ayında Blue Otel'deydim. Oysaki şimdi kapalı or kapandı, not kapattı. Madem ki sen konuşmuyorsun, ben de konuşmam. Doğru. Ama de ayrı olacak. Madem ki siz ders çalışmıyorsunuz, ben de size ders anlatmam. So like you can do something else because something else happened. Like this happened, then I will do that. Uh, no, Jay, it doesn't work like this. I will change the meaning. Madem ki bana böbreğini verdin, ben de sana 50 dolar vereceğim. I mean, you are close, not that far off, but you will change the order. Madem ki bana böbreğini verdin, ben de sana 50 dolar vereceğim. Madem ki mola vereceksin, biz de durarız. Or biz de dururuz. Sorry. Just using examples from different contexts. I will write one more. Maybe you can also learn this one. Like we have this. Madem öyle, işte böyle. There is this saying. It's very common. Madem öyle, işte böyle. It's like, is that so? Okay, then how about this? It has a little bit sarcastic or threatening context. Like someone someone did a bad thing and you're like doing something out of spite. I think I don't know how to translate it, so I will go with a saying for doing something out of spite. Yeah, like since that happened, since you did that, you will have this. Okay. Lila, kinda, but there should be more context. Like you break up with someone and they are very upset, so they do something to hurt you. Like I don't know, they delete all of the old pictures and they will say back to you, madem öyle işte böyle. You broke up with me and I deleted all the pictures out of spite. Madem öyle işte böyle. It's like a comeback, a spiteful comeback. Okay, so I think that's clear. I will move to the next one, ne var ki. You may recognize var and ne, like, but it doesn't mean what is there or what there is. It kind of has the fortunately meaning. So like something bad happened, but fortunately, um, something worse didn't happen. Or there was a good outcome from it. So let me give you an example. Bardak yere düştü. Ne var ki su dökülmedi. Bardak yere düştü. Ne var ki su dökülmedi. Or geç kaldın. Ne var ki etkinlik başlamadı. So the bad context, the bad stuff that didn't have a bad result. Ya ben yaralandım. Ne var ki küçük çocuğum yaralanmadı. Like bir araba kazası oldu. Ne var ki kimse ölmedi. Maybe that's a better example. So I will replace the first one with that. Bir kaza oldu. Ne var ki kimse ölmedi. Like an accident happened. I think fortunately is the best way to translate it. No one died. And geç kaldın. You are late. And fortunately the event etkinlik hasn't started. Okay, that's how we say fortunately. Actually, not how we say, just one of the ways we say fortunately. The other way we say fortunately is neyse ki. We can have the same examples like this. Bir kaza oldu. Neyse ki kimse ölmedi. Same thing here. Okay, or geç kaldın. Neyse ki etkinlik başlamadı. Neyse ki and fortunately are basically the same things. I mean, neyse ki and ne var ki are basically the same things. Um, Weird sentence, yeah, but I understand what you are trying to say. Like, bacağım ağrıyor. Ne var ki artık cansız değilim. Yeah, of course, there's an opposite way. And ne yazık ki, actually, is the opposite way or alternative to maalesef. Mesela, ne yazık ki. You know, yazık kind of has the shame, like, oh, how shame or shameful meaning. Like, if something bad happens, you will be like, oh, ne yazık, oh, shame. So, ne yazık ki is like, unfortunately. Just I will go with unfortunately. Like, an example would be, ne yazık ki bugün ders yok. Unfortunately, assuming you will be sad about that, there is no lesson today. Or let's give more context. Let's put two sentences. Eve geldim. Ne yazık ki herkes uyumuş. I came home. Unfortunately, everyone is asleep. So, no fun today. Ne yazık ki ders yok. Ne yazık ki that didn't happen. Ne yazık ki, ne yazık ki. So yeah, you can also just say ne yazık ki as a response. Ne yazık ki. Evet, şimdi demek ki ile konuşacağız. Demek ki hakkında konuşacağız. Okay. Demek ki has the based on evidence, based on signs, you are coming up with a conclusion. Something happened, so that means something. Something happened, so that means something. Therefore, yeah. Mesela, for example, babam evde uyuyor. Demek ki işe gitmedi. Babam evde uyuyor. Demek ki işe gitmedi. So, my dad is sleeping at home. So that means he didn't go to work. I initially didn't know. I am only coming to this conclusion based on what I am seeing. I am seeing him sleeping, so that must mean he didn't go. So I think I maybe we could say so. I guess I don't know. Maybe. Wait. Let me fix the position. Now it's worse. Okay, I think I will go with this. Um, Nemo. I will go with the other way. So in your sentence, you are coming up with a result. But neyse demek ki is more like based on the result coming up with a reason. So you would say sokaklar ıslak, demek ki yağmur yağdı. So you are seeing the streets with the rain, with being wet. It's like back at logic. Yeah, like I think there was a term for this in logics, but it's like seeing a result, seeing a effect, and going back to the roots of this, going back to the cause of this. Yeah, Ohana, that's a good question, and that's correct. In most cases, Mish tense will fits better. So I will also change my ending. Demek işe gitmemiş. Babam evde uyuyor. Demek ki işe gitmemiş. Ben duvara vurdum ama hiçbir şey olmadı ve elim ağrıyor. Demek ki duvar fazla sertti. Okay, and yeah, I will actually use the rain and street examples. Like sokaklar ıslak. Demek ki yağmur yağmış. Like the streets, as in roads, are wet, so it rained. Maybe apparently would be a nice way to say it. Apparently it rained. It must have. Actually, for must have, we have a yağmış olmalı. With the mış olmalı suffix, is most commonly translated to must have, but they are the same meanings. Apparently it happened, it must have happened, so they are similar contexts. Okay, that was, I feel like that was is the most easy one to understand. Demek ki, apparently. That was finally all, and as I said before, I know most of these are overwhelming to learn and memorize in one lesson. It is just 8 lessons exactly, not that much. Come on. Conjunctions dediğin nedir ki? You can learn it in just one lesson. But as I said before, this is only a resources reference. The point here was not to teach you all of them. You just need a lot of practice to have a better grasp, have a better understanding. The point here was just to get you familiar with them. Next time, when you encounter them while talking to other natives or while reading, speaking, if you see them, you will remember, and in case you can't remember, you can always come back to this file. You can find it in the chat. I will leave the link afterwards, and you can read up our notes again to refresh your memory. So, that's all. Hepsi bu kadar. And yeah, that's the last lesson for this year. So yeah, it was a long year, and we have done a lot of lessons during this year. Yeah, I don't want to do a very cliche and a speech to end it. Just a few thoughts. Thank you everyone for continuously joining, supporting the lessons. It was a great motivation for me. In the next year, after a break of 3 weeks, we will start doing lessons at random or early, like beginner levels. So if you are still struggling with other topics, you can still join us. Herkese yeni yılda başarılar, sağlıklar diliyorum. Kendinize çok iyi bakın. Herkese iyi yıllar. Görüşürüz.